The Astros collectively took a no-hitter into the 8th inning against the Baltimore Orioles, plus we had struggling starting pitchers. Let's talk about it next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Tuesday, June 22nd. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White. And Jake Odorizzi was the starting pitcher for the Astros, and he pitched 5 no-hit innings, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Scott, he is 60% rostered. Do we need to add Jake Odorizzi?
I don't know that you need to, but my waiver wire isn't bursting with interesting starting pitchers, so there may not be too many better out there than Odorizzi, who last full season, 2019, he had a career season, 15 wins, 3.51 ERA, 10.1 K per 9 in that 2019 season for Jake Odorizzi. And he did it mostly on the strength of his fastball, which was also the pitch that really came through for him in this one. He's been building up after missing so much of the season with injury, but 2 starts in a row now without allowing an earned run, and enough success in his history that it's not a bad idea if you're looking for more pitching help to take a flyer on Odorizzi.
All right, so you could take a shot there on Jake Odorizzi. These starting pitchers struggled. Which one are you worried most about, Scott? Frankie Montas at the Texas Rangers, supposed to be a good matchup, allows 9 hits, 8 earned runs. The spin rates on his fastball and his slider were way down in this one. Same thing with Tyler Mahle. Not as bad of a start. 4 innings, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts. Spin rates down on his fastball and slider. And then Julio Urias at the Padres now has a 6.43 ERA over his last 5 starts, Scott. So Montas, Mahle, Urias. Which one are you worried most about?
Well, I mean, there are reasons to worry for Mahle. You mentioned the spin rate. Urias, I think they're going to have to be careful with his innings moving forward. He pitched pretty deep into games early in the year, deeper than I expected, frankly. But I think the most worrisome is Montas. You mentioned the drop in spin rate for him, and that's notable because Monday was the first day that umpires were proactively checking pitchers to make sure there were no foreign substances on their gloves, on their hats, on their belts. It really started. They really started cracking down in full force Monday. Montas, we had seen the spin drop significantly on his splitter the previous couple starts, but that's not such a bad thing. You want less spin on the splitter, generally speaking, so that it drops. But really, the big drop in spin on everything else was a concern, especially given the timing of it. His previous 8 starts, Frankie Montas had a 3.11 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 10.1 K per 9. So it's not like should be on the verge of dropping him or anything. He was on a good run there, but not encouraging to see, especially with the drop in spin.
Yeah, don't drop Frankie Montas yet, but we're going to monitor this situation and see what his spin rates look like moving forward. Scott, someone we haven't talked about really all season, Tony Kemp went 2 for 4 with a walk and his 4th stolen base of the season. On Monday, he's only 11% rostered, very quietly batting .280 with an .853 OPS. Where, if anywhere, should you be adding Tony Kemp?
Well, I think probably deeper than the standard 12-team league just because he's not playing quite every day. Sits against most left-handers being a left-handed hitter himself, but he was batting leadoff for the Athletics in Monday's game, in part because he has a .399 on-base percentage for the season, and it's been even better than that since the start of May, which I consider a significant cutoff since April was just a very strange environment for hitters, historically bad environment for hitters. So from May 1st on, Tony Kemp's numbers are impressive. Impressive high batting average, high OBP. He has some speed. He's shown more power than he has in the past. And I think if he can get the playing time up, then he might start to matter, and even in those 12-team leagues.
Let's wrap up with some news and notes. Jacob deGrom made a start, and he made it through healthy, which is exactly what we need to see. 5 shutout against the Braves with 6 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 0.50. Adalberto Mondesi was placed on the IL with a strained left oblique. It is June 22nd, and he has played 10 games this season, so very frustrating season for Adalberto Mondesi. Byron Buxton left early on Monday after getting hit by a pitch on his left hand. tough situation, tough break here for Byron Buxton. Hopefully he's healthy. Same thing with Aaron Savali, who left Monday's start with an apparent finger injury. He'll visit a hand specialist. Savali had thrown 4 2/3 shutout against the Cubs at that point, and Cleveland can really not afford to another injury to their rotation with Shane Bieber, Zach Plesac on the IL, and now Aaron Savali dealing with this finger/hand injury. So tough spot here for Cleveland. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. If you enjoyed the pod, please leave a 5-star review on Apple. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.